Good morning, Infinity. Good morning. Look, it is the second Sunday in April, and this is a marvelous month for you to be a part of Infinity. We got a great service going. I'm Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr, also known as Rev Jeff, and we are live here on the Infinite Life Stream. We've got a wonderful service scheduled for you today. We are moving through All My Relations. All My Relations is our monthly theme. We are talking about how all of these dots connect in our spiritual lives, in our physical lives, in our mental lives. Oh, it's stocked just full. Listen, get your coffee, get your tea. You don't have to roll out your yoga mat today, but get in your comfortable position, grab your kids, pull them around, and let them know it's time to begin Infinity Fellowship. Listen, Christian, Muslim, Jewish, agnostic, wherever you find yourself on the spiritual scale, you are welcome in this place. What a wonderful day it is. I am so excited to be here. I'm so hyped for this opportunity for us to move together through some spiritual practices that will enrich our lives together. Welcome to Infinity. Welcome home. Enjoy a few slides, a few announcements, and we'll be back to start the service with the opening of the way. Blessings. Good morning, Infinity Fellowship. We're grateful that you are joining us today for this awesome Sunday service. I want to welcome you to the core of consciousness, the apex of authenticity, the Infinity Fellowship's Infinite Life Stream. We call it ILS. Hey there out there. Hey, Infinite Life Streamers, what are y'all doing? Say hello in the chat. When you get the chance to, we're going to have a moment, in a moment, where we're going to call upon you to share with us what you are feeling, how you're flowing today, what good things are happening in your world. But in this moment right now, it's time for us to open the way. And the first step in opening the way is to center ourselves for the energy that we are opening ourselves up to. So I'm going to implore you in this moment to hit the pause button on whatever you're doing and join us around the world, wherever you might be, in your home, at the park, on the beach, at work. Some of you watch us at work. And if you're in the car, just go ahead and chill out with us, but don't totally zone out. But it's never a bad time to breathe. So take a deep breath, inhale, and then take a deep exhale, let it all go. A deeper breath in, more full. Deep breath out, more complete. And then without a need to struggle or to fight or control, just simply sit in the spirit of your breath. Sit in the recognition that all is well, that you have made it to this divine moment, that you have started your day with a made-up mind, and that because you're breathing, you're here to be a difference. And because you are breathing, you're recognizing that all things are working for your good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Close your eyes. And as we breathe in and breathe out, we revel in the miracle that is life. We stand in recognition and appreciation for all that has been given to us. This opportunity in this year of divine development to embrace these moments of stillness. And to do so with gratitude. Breathe in, breathe out. As we ring the chimes today, as we sign and assign the clarion call to stillness, we invite you to meditate on the power of this breath to heal your mind, your body, and your spirit. Breathing in, breathing out. opening our hearts and our minds as we continue to embrace the openness that we desire to receive the spiritual food that is for us. In acknowledging this stillness and this presence, we begin to turn our energy toward the God of our acceptance and understanding. Hold that space of peace as we welcome into the stream for our interspiritual prayer, Reverend Christina Trotter, who will take us into the acknowledgement of the presence of the divine. And so it is.
Infinite God, who is the source of everything good in our lives, we are grateful this morning that we are alive and well, and we're gathered here with community and family to hear and receive from you by word, song, meditation, and expression. Hallelujah, that we are here as a community, grateful for this fellowship called Infinity. We thank you, God, that we have displayed your glory this week. You have displayed your glory this week to everyone who is streaming today. We can speak of your one. Thank you, God. We need to hear. We need to hear from you, oh God. Position our mind, our hearts, and spirit as we receive from this service today and the spiritual download that Jeff has prepared for us today, and share to others so they can feel and know the energy and anointing that changes and enhances life. Oh God, we just give you for what a wonder. Oh, we praise you today that you are. Amen, Ashe, and so it is. Peace, peace, peace.
Our third and final part is the pouring of libations. And I always say in that moment, Reverend Christina, thank you, bro. Pray, servant. We'd open that space up in here, y'all. Man. Are we ready to now give thanks in acknowledgement of those who have gone before? We've been talking about all our relations, and there's no greater time to talk about all our relations than at the beginning of service as well. When we have connected ourselves with spirit by breathing, when we have then moved to a place of acknowledgement of the presence of the divine in this space, the third thing that we do in this step is acknowledge the shoulders that we stood upon. So for those of you who are ready, we want you to begin to meditate on the power of remembrance of those who have gone before. Those ancestral mothers, those ancestral fathers, those who have gone before us in our neighborhoods, in our workplaces, who influenced us in a powerful way, even those who may have influenced us in a complicated way. But through their influence, we learned a lesson. This is what pouring libations is. It is pouring out water that represents life into the earth that represents what will eventually happen to all of us, because we all will eventually shed these earth suits, because our spirits will be so strong that these earth suits will no longer be able to contain them. And so it returns to the earth one way or the other. And when we pour this water into the earth, we acknowledge the sacred and infinite cycle that puts us all together. And so when we speak this word, we use a powerful word of power from the Yoruba people of West Africa. Ashe, say it at home, Ashe. Ashe is a proclamation of, and so it is. It is a definition of spirit, of divine essence. It is a way to say amen. If you hear that these days, that is a powerful word with powerful layers. And in this space today of spirit, we will say it together and proclaim it as such, and so it will be. And so in this moment, we say cool water. The ancients called it omitutu, the power of water to cool us and yet still be one of the strongest forces on the earth. Cool water freshen our spirits, ashe. Freshen and consecrate this place for spiritual work that is physical and virtual. Ashe. Freshen our collective ancestors all together. Ashe. We praise Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source, and all creation. Ashe. Do grant to us peace and prosperity in our acknowledgement. Ashe. We pour to the cardinal directions, the direction of the north, which reminds us to show up today and be a yes. Because when you have a yes spirit, you can reap so much more benefit than when you have a no spirit. Ashe, ashe. We speak to the spirit of the south, the energy, and pouring to the energy of the south, the recognition of who we are and whose we are. Ashe. To the direction of the east, the third direction, and that understanding that the sun rose today and last night's darkness has gone on. So don't carry yesterday into the right now. Ashe. We pour to the energy of the west, knowing that even as the sun goes down, you got the moon and the stars that give you light. So even in your moments of darkness, through remembrance of the struggles of those who came before, you will receive a light in the darkness. Ashe. We pour to the fifth direction, the ground below us. We want you to put those roots down. The remembrance is the roots. When you put the roots down, then the storm may come, but you may bend, but it's better to bend than it is to break. Ashe, deep roots. To the sky above us, the recognition that this open space of wonder is a space of creativity. And the things that God called you to do, the things that the universe enabled you to do, the things that the ancestors inspired you to do, all of those roads are coming together in this moment and exist in the empty space. I've had a week of interacting with people who brought forth manifestations out of empty spaces. And that's the beauty of the power of the sky. Ashe. And from all those directions, we have a seventh direction that is Grand Central Station for all of those directions. It is the heart space. It's where all roads come together. May your heart be full through remembrance, on purpose, and may it be full of not just purpose, but acceptance and love. May it be as light as the feather of Ma'at, we would say in the Kemetic language, the balance, justice, and reciprocity. Ashe. Now we invite you in this moment to call aloud the names of your ancestors. If you're in the chat, go ahead and drop a name in the chat. Infinite Life Streamers, somebody that you want to recognize or remember. We don't care if it's a nickname. We're a big family at Infinity Fellowship. So go ahead, drop that name in the chat, or have your family call those names aloud as we pour these next few pours of water. As we continue to hear those names and feel these names come alive, we feel their energy in this place and acknowledge their presence. And in closing, we acknowledge the children that are in the world, the children that are in the womb, and the children that are yet unborn. Wherever we are, take a deep breath in, exhale, let it go, and say with me, Ashe, 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 oh, it is done. Let's kick off this service, Ashe. We get a wonderful moment to say good morning. We get a wonderful moment to say good morning to you. And this is what's so beautiful. We are here today. We are acknowledging the presence of the divine. And I am acknowledging the presence of the divine here in Lady Kenitha, because she is divine today. And I don't know if I'm get my head cut off. I don't know. I think I'm over here. And we also had this been picking us up sometimes too. Smooch is working them back and forth, staying on point. But we're here. We're in this place. We get to see good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. But we also know that Lady Kenitha Carr is going to sing us in. But look, I want to put this slide up so that you can know what to do at Infinity Fellowship, especially if you're brand new. What I want you to do is look at that slide and simply follow the directions. We're going to generate gratitude today by saying good morning, and we're going to say in the chat, my name is, and I am grateful for. So all you got to do is just say, hey, my name is. If you'd like to, share what city you're in. Let us know where you are. And then say, I am grateful for. Give us one thing that you're grateful for. We don't need 50 million things right now, but just one simple thing. And we would be surprised, you will be surprised how much gratitude this will generate in the chat. So listen, we're going to go ahead and get this party started, right? We're going to invite you to sing along with us, because when you sing good morning, when you say good morning, when you feel it, oh my gosh, it's going to make a difference in your lives. So come on, let's sing this song. It's a simple song you can sing and type. Come on. A good morning to you. Good morning, y'all. A good morning to you. Good morning, y'all. A good morning to you. I see y'all in the chat. Come on now. Hey, to you.
And we say a da 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 da.
Come on, tag a friend. Tell them to get in on this gratitude. Come on. We see y'all in this chat. We got it up on the screen. We see you throwing up and that gratitude and blowing up that gratitude. Come on, y'all. What you got? Morning to you.
A good morning to you.
Come on.
A good morning.
Oh, yeah. Y'all are telling some folks about this. Come on.
A good morning to you.
Come on.
Good morning to you. And we say a da 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 da. A da 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 da. A da 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 da. I know we're generating that gratitude, which is awesome, huh? And what about all my young ones? Are you telling your parents, go ahead and type in something that I'm grateful for? I am myself grateful to be online with you all this good morning. Hey, getting that generating gratitude going. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to all of you. Yay!
Got us going. Lady Kenitha got us going in a powerful way. Oh my goodness. Listen, this is the moment. I want y'all to hit the thumbs up button right now. Go ahead, just hit it. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, throw some hearts up. If you're watching us on X, yes, we're broadcasting on X too. There are people who watch us on X. It's amazing. And it's cool. We don't judge the founders of any of these technological platforms because we also know that somebody out there is creating and inventing some new ones. But we're using what we got right now to get to the people. And you're here, so hit that reacts button, share it, call somebody, tag somebody, do what you need to do to tell people that there is goodness coming right now. I love to see this gratitude in the chat. And as I'm looking at the chat here, I can see and say hello to everybody and what they're grateful for. I'm just excited to see everyone. Good to see you, Angela, Jay Hizzy. Good to see you, Lakeisha. Good to see everybody in there. All that you see on the side of the screen is gratitude. All of it is gratitude. Try it and see how it feels to pour into somebody else in this moment. just by saying something that you're grateful for. It continues. If you just got to the stream, go ahead and knock it out. Go ahead and put it on there. Say something that you're grateful for. Let somebody see that there is somebody in this world who has good news to share, because the algorithms are designed to make you angry, y'all. When you're on social media, it's designed to make you angry, because anger will continue to fuel itself until people are burned out. And then you begin to seek comfort from the very platform that made you angry in the first place. How about that? But we know that there's a different way of doing it. There's a way to put gratitude into a space that will generate a fire of gratitude. So participate. If you just joined the stream, let us know where you're coming in from, what you're grateful for today. Say hello. Don't be shy. People will put muscle arms. They'll put hearts up. They will welcome you. Speaking of welcome, I want to put up a welcome QR code for you to scan so that we can welcome our very first time visitors. Our first-time visitors, we appreciate you today. And as we show you this particular slide, we want you to just hold your phone up to the screen. I know some of you are watching us on YouTube or Facebook, and you have us up on the big screen. You have us up on the computer. You have us up on the monitor. You have us up on the projector. You have us up in that wonderful way that gives you peace as we move through. And so when we get ready for this, we're going to say a visitor's welcome in a minute. And when we do that, we want to let you know that we see the real you. Scan that QR code, fill out the little form. And even if you have to go back, that's fine. But guess what? We also have it in the chat. So all you have to do is click the link that you're seeing in your chat. And if you see that link, click it. We can get a little information on us, on you rather. And then from that information, we can send you a note and then look forward to welcoming you. And we meet usually on first Sundays in person, but we also have Resurrection Sunday coming up. So as Resurrection Sunday comes up, we want to let you know that we still will be able to see you. And that is next Sunday. So this Sunday, a couple of services, right? First Sunday in person and third Sunday in person. More on that later. Listen, I am so excited to welcome you first timers to Infinity Fellowship. If you are a first-time visitor, if this is your first time in the space, would you indulge me just by saying first time in the chat? You say, hey, first time. Or you could just give me a wave or whatever you might want to give. The people who are watching this stream will also shower some affection on you as well. You get the hearts when something goes wrong. Guess what? You can get the hearts when something goes right. And what's right is you've landed here at Infinity Fellowship. Yes, this is a unique spiritual space. It is a space for people who may not have felt that they belonged in other places, but they're here now. And so we invite you to this space today with an open heart, and we welcome you to this space. My name is Reverend Jeff Obafemi-Carr. I go by Rev Jeff in this space, and I am the Chief Spiritual Officer and founder of Infinity Fellowship. 11 years ago this week coming, the vision for Infinity Fellowship came, and we started it with the first Sunday in October in 2014, after being inspired in April of 2014. And since then, we've grown to be a comprehensive community of people who are committed to love, to move through the law of attraction in a powerful way that draws us together, no matter what your religious background or faith is. This is where we see you. And I want you to know that we see you for who you are. You're not just a human being who showed up to have a spiritual experience. Of course, I speak that for you, but it's really the other way around. You're a spirit who's navigating this human experience. That's something else, isn't it? When you do that, because this human experience is full of all kind of discomfort and sometimes dis-ease. But we do know that when you tap into spirit, then this energy will bring you back alive in recognition of who you truly are. So I get to let you know that we know who, what, where, when, and why you are. And what I do is I say this and people from around the world repeat it. You can't wait to experience it in person, but this is how we say, we welcome you to Infinity Fellowship. Take a deep breath and let it go. We say this with enthusiasm. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation. of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You are a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You are right here in front of me, where I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you're not alone. I'm with you. We're with you from around the world. And you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You are so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You are here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. I know the real you, and I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. I know you're shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. I say, oh, hey, it feels so good to welcome our visitors in the place today. Hey, hey. No, I feel good. I've been on the road. I've been, doing business on. No, well, don't go and do too much. Music will get you going. Hey, get up and dance with me, y'all. Come on, I ain't gonna dance solo. Y'all better get up at home, do something. Y'all got those kids. I know some of y'all getting it. Hey, y'all don't remember that? That's the Rev Jeff dance. I got my own dance. I have my own set of dances, and I claim them proudly. Nobody else can do them but me. The choreography is so specific, and spirit speaks so specifically to my muscles and my fascia and my bones that only I can do some of these dances. For this, I am proud, and this I claim thusly. We are excited today to get to the part in the service where we can give back. We can give back to the space that is given to us. And we can be grateful. And as we give, we're grateful for many things. We're grateful for community. We're grateful for the live broadcast. We're grateful to be on several platforms that we're grateful to be on. And we're grateful for the ability to be able to dance and to be joyful and still not be too out of breath. Oh my goodness. Give grace. Thank you treadmill. Come on, treadmill. Come on, your divine development. I love it. We want to bring onto the screen some of our associate practitioners from down in Macon, Georgia. They're going to help us. Warner Robins, let's get that right. Warner Robins, Georgia. They're going to lead us through a brief comment on their giving and why it's important. And then they're going to lead us through our offertory affirmation. So we love giving at infinity. It's a part of our culture. It's why when you encounter somebody who attends here, they're always joyful because they recognize that you pour into the place that feeds you and it comes back. So without further ado, y'all give some snaps up at home for Terrell and Tashana Lindsley who are joining us right now.
What's up, Infinity?
Pew, pew, pew.
Our folks.
Hello, everyone from around the world. Grateful to be in the space with you all and to see your lovely faces through the screens. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Rev Jeff and Sister Kanitha, for having us this morning. Always grateful to feel this energy through the internet.
Yeah, this is one of our favorite times of Infinity where we get to give back to the space that pours so much into us. It is such a great vibration and time for us to just give a little of what is poured into us abundantly. It's just an amazing practice. spirituality and tithing in particular has been such a game changer in our lives. So this week was a great example of some of the things that we receive from being members of Infinity, for being practitioners of spirituality. One of those was we were engaging with some new spaces here at Infinity, new to us anyway, not at Infinity, but in Warner Robins, new to us areas and committees and meetings, summits that we've never been in. And walking into those spaces, there was a lot of conversation this week about return on investment. And that kept coming up because there was a lot of a business summit around the week, which we'll speak later on in our standing ovations. But I kept hearing that term, return on investment. And it reminded me of this practice that we get to do here with tithing. You know, where when you pour into this space, you're making an investment spiritually into who you are, into what it is that Spirit has brought you into this space to birth into the world. And so when we pour in from that vibration, what we receive, the return on our investment is just exponential. It is multiplied 100 times on. I was going into spaces where people never met me, never seen my face before. We said hello and exchanged some information, and leaving that space, I can't tell you the number of times people looked me in my eyes and said, I like you. I like you. I like your energy. One woman said, your eyes just, they're engaging. There's so much light. And it's one of those things where, you know, I laugh and I thank them, but I know where that comes from. I know how that light is being magnified and where that magnification is coming from. And so this is one of those times where we get to give back to that space that helps us emanate all around the world. It helps us gravitate towards the things that are for us, that helps people say, man, I want some of that. And so this is the opportunity that we get to pour back into that. And we're so thankful for that. So this is how we do it here at Infinity.
We get to joyfully participate in the act of giving what we have received from this wonderful, wonderful spiritual space called Infinity Fellowship. So again, we pour back into where we receive our spiritual food. And if that place is Infinity, let's go ahead and practice the art of giving today.
So how we do this is we're going to do a beautiful affirmation before we start our tithing. And tithing is an opportunity for us to pour back in through numerous ways. You'll see a link come up, a screen come up where it'll show the Cash App, our PayPal, or if you want to do the classic way, I won't call it old school, the classic way of snail mail, of sending a tithing in through the mail, there will be the address that you can send it through as well. So we don't judge. However you do it is the right way to do it.
Checkbooks are fine.
Let's do it. All right. And on top of that, we're going to do this powerful affirmation. And we invite you to do this affirmation with us because it just amplifies how you feel inside, which amplifies the giving itself. So please join us in this moment of affirmation and as we read this affirmative practice aloud. Here we go. O limitless, abundant creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken. And so it is. Thank y'all.
Everything is good.
We got a beautiful song to sing with y'all. So everything is good. Everything is good.
Man. Do you have it good? Yes. I say, do you have it good? If you got it good, listen, we just want to remind you that giving is an energy. And again, when you get into it, it just lights your world up. So thank you, TNT. We appreciate you, dynamic duo down there in Warner Robins, Georgia. Definitely practitioners of this giving spirit. But also you see the light coming from them. That's why on Wednesday nights they do love and light, because they manifest both of those. And so we invite you to always keep up with the programming that we have here at Infinity Fellowship. And that programming is made possible because of you. When you show up to next Sunday for Easter and you see everything that has happened here, we've made some physical improvements. We've gotten a great popcorn machine. We've got kids' games downstairs now. We've got some giant pieces that kids can play with. We've got a 3-acre egg hunt to bring joy into people's lives next week. We've got new equipment in the kitchen. All of this is coming through the fellowship, and it's coming through what you pour into this space. So you get the dual benefit of being a giver, which is adjusting your frequency vibration for the universe to give to you, and to also see it manifest in action right here, 641 West Nocturne Drive. Even these microphones that we're talking on, even these lights that are in this ceiling, that's all you. That's all us. That's all community, and nobody can take it. So isn't that beautiful? So thank you so much. We appreciate all that you do to partner with us. We're getting ready to have a few announcements. Before we do that, though, I want to give you this opportunity in the chat to share with us a standing ovation. A standing ovation is something marvelous, amazing, simple even, that has happened for you as a result of spiritual practice. Something that has happened for you in your world that you want the world to celebrate. So if you're a first timer and you say, you know what, something really good happened for me this week, and I want to share it in the chat, we're going to put the screen is actually up right now. So this little QR code right here, we want you to just hold your phone up and scan it, or you can click on in the chat and get that same code. And that will give you a way to share your standing ovation. I invite you to share that at this time. And the reason why you share it at this time is we only have a couple of minutes to allow the information to aggregate so that we can read your standing ovation to the world. So we want to make sure that we share something that is great for you, so we can give you a rousing round of applause and say, congratulations, keep going. At Infinity, we don't compete, we compliment. So that's what we do here. That's the energy in this space. There's enough for everybody. So as you scan that QR code, as you click on that link in the chat, we want to remind you that this is a wonderful opportunity to join or be a part of Infinity Fellowship. If you fill out the welcome form, there's also a box if you'd like to join Infinity. We'll put you in the new members orientation quickly. It's painless. It's exciting. Infinity Fellowship energy is love energy. With that, we're going to bring in joining us from the great city of Nashville, Tennessee, one of the men I call Professor, Brother Martin Turnley. He's going to give us our morning announcement. So y'all give up some snaps at home as we bring Brother Martin into the stream. Ashe.
Ashe. Good morning, Infinity. How are we doing this morning? I am the Martin Turnley, not to put the D at there, but you know. And I have a few announcements for you this morning. So in preparation for our standing ovations, this is your 2-minute warning. And just a little bit about standing ovations. It is like an accomplishment you have made that we can shout you out for. Let us know what good things you have birthed into the world. We got a new QR code on the screen, on the bottom of the screen, as Rev Jeff just described, and then a link in the chat of our Infinite Life stream. Shout out to the Infinite Life stream as well. Also, too, so just get into our announcements. Welcome to April, the 4th month of our year of divine development. Our daily mantra is, I am powered by love and guided by vision. This is the year we continue to develop our personal and institutional infrastructure. So we are grateful for the opportunity to stand as a community for spiritual growth. Say it with me from your home. I am powered by love and guided by vision. Breathe in and release. Breathe out. Before we get into our standing ovations, here are some highlighted announcements to put on your spiritual radar. April theme is All My Relations. Rev Jeff's message this month, the month of infinity, initial founding 11 years ago, will center around the Lakota theme, All My Relations. Each Sunday, we will get a spiritual download that will uplift, enlighten, and empower us to remember all things are continuously working for our good. So take notes on Sunday, put the practice in action, and watch yourself manifest the fruit you desire to see. Moving forward, speaking of fruit, Infinity continues to provide awesome spiritual food this year with our fellowship services. We meet in person on first Sunday and virtually the rest of the month. First Sunday is focused on spirit. Second Sunday centers on nurturing. Third Sunday is If Teaches, where we get to ask profound questions after the Sunday's spiritual download. And fourth Sunday is our one and only Yoga Sunday. Take note and check for any announcements on activities in between. This month, we have a special treat, another in-person mega service. Excuse me. We are in person for Easter. You are cordially invited to Easter Resurrection Sunday in person. That's right. Next Sunday, April 20th, is our annual Easter Sunday service, and we are pulling out all the stops. We got a great live service plan, and we are putting in on the fashion. We invite you to dress to the nines. If your favorite cultural or Sunday attire and shine you and your family's light. We will have prizes for the best dressed individual and family. And after service, we will have our massive 3-acre egg hunt in the woods, with eggs being hidden by the Men of Infinity. I will be joining in and the Men of Infinity to hide those eggs as well. As always, Rev Jeff breaks down the history of Easter and also deliver a spiritual download that will invite the resurrection spirit into your life in a powerful way. We also will have dinner after service. So get your gourmet meals together. At Infinity, the food is always healthy and delicious, with tons of vegans and vegetarian options. I can attest to that. All past and traditions are welcome, so mark your calendar for the next Sunday, April 20th at 10 a.m. in person. And now let's bring it back to Rev Jeff and Mama Kenitha Carr, because it is time for our standing ovations.
Tune your vibration to a high elevation. It's time for the good news, our standing ovation. Yes, so it is time for standing ovations, okay? And again, we would like to talk about what the standing ovations is. So our high energy here at IF, it's just not what we do, just because.
That's right.
But it comes from something. It's why we snap our fingers during this part of the service. We receive practical lessons and tools for our individual journeys. That's spirituality. We fellowship with like-minded spirits like what we're doing right now every week, and that's nurturing, right? We take what we learn and apply it in our lives. We actually apply it in its action. And if we do these, then every week we see examples of progress in our lives, and that's the proof.
Proof, baby, proof. Show me. I'm from Missouri. Show me state.
Right, okay.
I'm actually from Tennessee, but you better show me some proof.
Okay.
Don't you want to see proof that spirit is working in your life?
We do.
That's what SNAP is. Come on now.
So at this moment, let us pause to enjoy a collective moment of manifestation and expansion. So here's what's going to happen. When your name is called, wherever you are in the world, please stand as I read aloud your manifestation. And then we will snap our fingers. I forgot the most important part.
Snap. Everybody snap.
Snap our fingers
snap.
after
Everybody snap.
that affirmation. At the very end, though, we're going to provide a collective moment of a standing ovation.
Yes, we shall act
Out of
a
this
fool
world.
for thee. We shall act a fool for thee. I'm speaking like this because last night, this is Easter week, so the 10 Commandments was on, putting us to sleep.
Y'all, I don't know how many
With the revisionist history, but we all thought that, so the old school 10 Commandments, a lot of money went into rewriting history in a powerful way, but it's still an epic film.
Yes,
So Moses.
My mama made me watch it every year. Every year.
So yes, standing ovation for that wonderful epic film. It put us to sleep last night,
sure
and
did.
it'll take you
Some
in.
good sleep.
Yeah, I went to sleep right before the tablets hit the golden calf. That's the whole story. If you shall not live by the Lord, you shall die by the Lord. That's what I remember.
It was a snooze.
It was a snoozer. So yes, those tablets put me to sleep last night. All love included. All right, so we're going to go to our standing ovations, and we're going to start today with we've got some to unpack. Let me make sure I get the right date because we've got a few of them popping up today. Okay, so first one goes to 10:56 a.m. Brother Tyrell Lindsley found a way to bring us into the offering with Tashana, and then also send a standing ovation. Come on, man. This is the dual nature of power. Can't wait to see you. They're coming to town, so if you want to meet them in person, you've been seeing these personalities online, you better show up early next week in your best dress clothes. Tyrell said, yesterday marked my completion of a week-long event hosted by our mayor called Start Up Warner Robins. Each day of this event brought together entrepreneurs, seasoned mentors, and industry leaders, and strengthened my knowledge and confidence in our business. Also, it's our anniversary for T&T Cleaning Solutions. It has officially been in business for 1 year and continuing to grow and expand. We're so excited to be on this journey and are eternally thankful for the anchoring Infinity Fellowship provides us. Come on now. Come on. Where's my... Oh, I had an egg. I was like, let me shake that egg a little bit just for that.
Goes by so fast.
We love it. See, starting your business, putting things in the world, this is very, very real. We've got Tony I in the back who says, even though I didn't get the role at Nashville Shakespeare Festival through my audition, grateful for the opportunity to perform at the callback and learn so much from the experience. Yes, indeed. Experience matters, y'all. Experience matters. We got Brother Curtis Johnson. Brother Curtis, what's up, man? Hey, Brother Curtis is a member of a certain fraternity, which is known for how they present themselves. So, Brother Curtis, I'm waiting on you and Brother Michael Craig next week to show up and dazzle us, okay? Because I know you got that in you, young man. You got that in you. Brother Curtis says, recently, I started a new job in trade compliance for Tractor Supply Company. Come on, man. Our young people here, man, our young adults are so fly. They got all of it going on. Congratulations, man. Snap, snap, snap in that action. Next, we have Taylor and Talia Lindsley, who are getting in on sharing gratitude. That's a generational practice, y'all. It's a generational practice. We did the father-daughter dance on Friday with our dad. It was fun, and we went to eat dinner with our friends and their dads after the dance. Come on, dads group. The theme was boots and bling. Come on. Where your fans at? Keith, where your fans at?
Click, click, click. We got to get some more fans.
We need to get some fans.
Boots and bling.
Boots and bling. All right.
We need some pictures, Sonny.
Yeah, we need some pictures of that. We know because we want to know who put the boots on, who put the bling on. We need a record of it. We need all of that. Okay, so that got our standing ovations done. Everybody, I think I got everybody who filled out a standing ovation form for today. And yes, looking good. Those are fabulous, Law. Listen, I've got a standing ovation to send out to the Altered Dementia Organization, who held their second annual gathering of African American churches in Atlanta, Georgia this past week. It was absolutely fabulous, y'all. Shout out to Angela Bartlett Treese, who represented Infinity there. I have had the opportunity to work with Alter as an organization. Shout out to Dr. Farron Epps, to Mia Chester, to Sage Navigator, to everyone who put together an amazing gathering of hundreds of churches from all over the United States who are focused around creating dementia-friendly congregations so that our elders are not left alone. It was an amazing gathering at the Impact Church in East Point. Georgia. So that energy was there right outside of Atlanta. Listen, y'all, congratulations. I'm grateful to be a part of that squad and to have helped MC and just be able to experience all of the scientists, all of the teachers, all of the pastors who came in and said, hey, this is what is happening in our community, and here's how we're going to fight back. We're going to fight back about dementia, aging, Alzheimer's, health, wealth, all of that. Congratulations. If you want more information, of course, go to alterdementia.com. Go visit that, one word all together, and you're going to see the great work that's taking place. Congratulations, Dr. Epps and crew, Mia and crew. Y'all are awesome. Jackie, Berea, all of y'all, Adrian, all of y'all. It was all love. So standing ovation out to that organization. All right. What else do we have? And I'm grateful that I was able to get back because I got
safely.
I was standing this time at a podium yesterday in the ATL. So I got back safe and sound last night. Got back just in time for service. Oh, I love it. All right.
All right. So if you share at this moment, if you shared, please have several seats while the rest of us are going to stand to our feet and give a thunderous standing ovation. Okay, here we go. Yes.
That was good.
Yes.
Those are our standing ovations, y'all. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Y'all ready for the download for today? I know we are at home. So here's what we got. We're turning ourselves to the chat. We're turning ourselves toward the space of understanding. And we are preparing ourselves for today's spiritual download in a powerful way. And the way we prepare ourselves is by putting up something that we call today's meditation. We pick wisdom from wherever it may come from that is based on the principle of SNAP. And if you're just joining the broadcast, SNAP is spirituality. Accepting the God of your acceptance and understanding. Nurturing that relationship. This is Nurturing Sunday. All right. Taking action on your purpose and dreams. That's the A. And P, again, is for the proof. So we choose. Spirit provides us with motivations and meditations that come from people who've had a variety of experiences that prove that spiritual practice will produce fruit. In this case, the spiritual teacher, Chogyam Trungpa, who we'll bring up on the screen, who reminds us when we're talking about exploring self, which is ultimately what we do on Sundays here. How many times have you tried to shield yourself by reading the newspaper, watching television, or just spacing out? That is the $64,000 question. How much have you connected with yourself at all in your whole life? Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And I want you to focus your attention on that last line. How much have you connected with yourself at all in your whole life? We spend a lot of time, an inordinate amount of time, zoning out. We spend an inordinate amount of time not paying attention to who we are. We spend an inordinate amount of time focused on other things. And when we focus on other things, y'all, the reason why we're focusing on other things is because we don't want to deal with ourselves. Oh, Spirit. And it's okay because we've all found ourselves in that position before. That's the way life works sometimes. We don't like how we feel, so we try to watch something that's going to make us feel better. We don't like the crisis that is in front of us. So because we don't like that crisis, we say, I just don't want to think about that right now. And we go and we tune out. And it's okay to take a break for something. If you need to break momentum, break momentum. But what happens when breaking momentum becomes the standard? It means that you never handle anything. You never change anything. You never transform anything. And what happens when you see that there is something wrong and you don't make a correction in that moment? Do you think it goes away, or do you think it grows worse? Ask the person who heard a funny sound from the engine and didn't get it checked out. And then 3 months later or 3 weeks later, they're driving down the road and they hear this massive explosion and they've thrown a rod in the engine when they could have just stopped and checked the oil when they first heard the sound. Ask someone who has not checked the engine light and run the code and stopped by the AutoZone to see, well, there's something wrong here and there's something in the electrical system that I need to correct. And ask the person who ignored that something in the electrical system, and then 2 weeks later, the entire car just stopped working. In other words, there are always signs and precursors that you need to pay attention to. But if you don't take a moment to make the change, it always gets worse. So if this happens in nature, if this happens in mechanics, if this happens in electronics, if this happens in every other maintenance world that we see, what about ourselves? What about knowing that there is something more that needs to be developed, but saying, you know what, I'm going to get to that later. Let me flip on the TV. Let me open up a video game. Let me take myself out of this to escape dealing with myself. As the teacher says, what happens when we no longer spend the inordinate amount of time that we need to spend getting to know who we are? I know we feel bad. And I know we don't connect. And it's okay if you found yourself in a position. Again, we all have found ourselves in that position. But the reality is it's time to do something about it. The reason why it's time to do something about it is because we owe it to ourselves to explore ourselves deeply, profoundly, and spiritually. And more importantly, we owe it to the next generation. You see, this entire month we've been talking about mitakuyasin. We've been talking about all my relations. But all my relations is a concept that goes not just behind us and not just before us, but goes directly to us and with us right now. Somebody in the chat, I'm going to need y'all alive today. I need somebody to say me and all my relations. See, when we enter into sacred spaces, we say me and all my relations. We bring all our people with us. So somebody write that in that chat. Say me and all my relations. Because all my relations means that we're not just concerned about the past, which will trap us because we can't get it back. We can reminisce and learn some lessons. That's it. We can't get excited or anxious about the future because we don't always control that. But we can plant a seed right now that will influence things going back and forward. And that's what we mean when we talk about generational wealth. Today, just for a few minutes, I want to give you some points about generational wealth. If you're concerned about building generational wealth, then I'm going to give you this stairway to the concept of heaven. Last week, we laid the foundation for this when we talked about DNA. And when we talk about deoxyribonucleic acid, the very blueprint of life, it appears in our body as a double helix symbol. You see it on the left. The ancients understood this before modern science even discovered it, that it was a double helix, this double snake that goes up the symbol of the staff of Imhotep in ancient Kemet, or Hermes, or Thoth, or the caduceus, this symbol of healers, this staff with this same double helix symbol. There's something about balance. When I look at that symbol on the left, I always think about one of my favorite inventions. One of my favorite inventions, y'all, is the spiral staircase. And I don't know if you've ever seen a spiral staircase. There are many types of staircases. There are the grand staircases that you see in the mansions that go up a few steps and then split in different directions. My wonderful wife is an alumnus of Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee. And they have on the campus of Fisk, if you've ever been there, they have the Jubilee Hall. And Jubilee Hall is nicknamed Frozen Music because the Jubilee singers traveled around the world to raise money for this African-American HBCU in Nashville, Tennessee. And this was the first building that was built on a college campus dedicated to African-Americans' education who had just come out of slavery. And it's Jubilee Hall, and it's beautiful. And if you're ever in Nashville, stop by and see it. But when you walk in, you will see this grand staircase. It is so grand that it is so inviting that you immediately want to run up to it and walk up the steps and feel like a king and a queen. And everybody will stop you and say, hey, don't you touch those steps. I remember the first time because I love staircases. I was like, what is up there? I was in college. They're like, I heard all these sounds. I was like, where is that? I didn't even know people were in there. I thought that lobby was empty. But as soon as that foot almost touched that step, I heard all of these shrieks and screams and no. And I was like, I'm just touching steps. And they say, no, the honor of walking up those steps is preserved and reserved for people who have been out of this school for 50 years. Because stepping on those steps is an ancestral gift. It is an affirmation that you have lived a good life. And so this ritual is powerful, but I always love that grand staircase. And then some staircases just go straight up. They don't even split. They just go straight up in a narrow vertical way. There are other staircases that are split in half and they start down one side and then they stop on a landing and they go down another. But then there's another more easy and simple and space-saving configuration, and it's a spiral staircase. And if you have an affinity for mid-century modern architecture, as yours truly might have, and the clean lines and the concrete and the earth and stone, the Frank Lloyd Wright energy of that, you will see that there are often spiral staircases. And the thing about a spiral staircase is you can get in a spiral staircase a lot of movement that goes in both directions in a minimal amount of square footage. And the thing that I like is someone got creative and they said, I'm going to create this spiral staircase such that when I'm going down the spiral, that's it. Come on, these. Oh. When you are going down the spiral staircase within a 4x4 space or less or more, you can get upstairs and you can get downstairs by traveling in a spiral. The only thing quicker than that is when they put the fireman's pole in and you just jump on the fireman's pole and go down. But we ain't talking about the fireman's pole. We're talking about this concept of the spiral staircase. And when I look at this image that's on the screen, I think about the wonderful duality of a spiral staircase. Because a spiral staircase, just like this double helix of DNA, this DNA is the ladder of healthy duality. It is the blueprint of life. Somebody say it's the blueprint of life. See, we talked about this DNA last week. We talked about this DNA's ability to hold genetic material. That's why it's important, because this genetic material is what you pass on to your next generation. So I want you to type that in the chat so that I know you're listening and I know you're alive. I want you to type that into the chat. Somebody else needs to say, it's a staircase. Somebody says it's a staircase. And we talk about this energy here. We talk about duality, because I'll tell you something about a staircase. A staircase goes up and it goes down. So you can choose which direction. So when we talk about DNA, there are always ups and downs in our DNA, isn't there? We talk about, well, this is just the way I am. Everybody in my family has done this for generations. Is that a good thing? Are you proud of that? Are you proud of everything that has happened here? Because if we look at this double helix design, if we look at this staircase, this wonderful weaving staircase that is circular, we get an opportunity to weave together something called duality. Duality means that we have physical health in line, but we also must have spiritual health in line. There are people who say, well, I have my spiritual self together. I just got to get my physical self together. Well, do you have it together? Because these things are interwoven just like the genetics in your DNA. They are bonded together. They are woven together. So this is why it's important for us to practice the balance of walking through this world with making sure that we have good spiritual health and making sure that we have the complementing physical health. That's what duality means when we are climbing and moving on this stairway of genetics. Are we moving on this stairway of what we're handing through our very spiritual DNA? It means that we've got balance between what we do at work and what we do with our family. Because we are out of balance when we spend so much time with our family that they suffer because we aren't willing to put in the work that we need to put in to teach them what they need to do to be equipped to live a life in the next generation. And I mean, if you're a parent, that's what you think about with your children. When you are a neighbor, that's what you think about with other people's children. If you are an auntie or an uncle, that's what you think about with the people who are in your charge. If you are a teacher, if you are a business person, if you are a person in the work environment who influences other people and teaches them, you have to walk in a place of balance between what is work and what is family. Imbalances happen. Sometimes we are so concerned with chasing that doggone dollar that we will neglect our family and our friends and our livelihood spiritually just to be able to say we left our kids with something. So I want to talk about generational wealth today. And when I say that term, you've heard it a million times. Just because you're watching this, you're going to get a ton of algorithms depending on what platform you're on, whatever cookies are on your browser. You're going to get a ton of now, come to my workshop on generational wealth advertisements. And it's okay because you can click off and say not interested. Because what they're going to be talking about is Roth IRAs. What they're going to be talking about is the stock market, which is all over the place in this day and age because of the environment that we're in politically. You're going to get all of this. But how many people are talking about generational wealth in terms of what we leave to those who are after us? Duality, spiritual responsibility and personal responsibility, community responsibility versus family responsibility. All of these things are not at odds. They are balanced. You got a left hand and a right hand if you're blessed to have it. You got a left eye and a right eye. Most of us do. We got a left eye, a nostril and a right nostril. Everything in our physiology is in balance. We got a left brain and a right brain. We got a left ventricle and a right ventricle. All of this is balance. It is ma'at. It is this energy. And don't you want to pass on balance to the next generation? And DNA, go back to this slide. DNA, it is called in scientific and in lay terms, the blueprint of life. Somebody remind somebody in the chat. Just say, it's the blueprint of life. Somebody type that in on this Infinite Life stream, y'all. Come on. We're going to move this thing. This is the blueprint of life. And if you're working toward building a blueprint right now in your spiritual DNA, I'm not talking about just your body, but your spiritual DNA. There's the duality. You've worked on the DNA in your body by trying to change your habits, but have you worked on your spiritual DNA? Because that's the blueprint of life that will contain all of the genetic information that your next generation is going to have, even if it's biological or if it's just psychological or if it's community. You're passing on something to somebody. What are you passing on? The first point that I want us to make, and I want you to write this down. This is something that came out of a profound conversation I had with Lady Kanitha. As much of these downloads come because we have an opportunity to have community. Look at that spiral staircase up there. Here's a point I want to gift to you from the universe. Bullying God in the universe is a guaranteed way to birth and feed a cycle of brokenness. Bullying God / the universe slash physics slash science slash Jesus slash Allah, whatever you put in that place of spiritual practice, it's a guaranteed way to birth and feed a cycle of brokenness. What do you mean, Rev Jeff? Well, I'll tell you. This is understandable. It's not excusable, but it's understandable. It's not excusable, but it's understandable. See, society's bullied us. Society is trying to bully us now. The talk of tariffs or non-tariffs, the type of the cuts to the National Institutes of Health and the NSF and all of the foundations, the bullying that's taking place to modify behavior. It's not your fault. You got taught to bully people. And even when we came out of spiritual environments, we were bullied. And we talk about this. It is bullying to say to somebody that you are born with a flaw, that something is wrong with you, that something is innately wrong with you. It is bullying to say that you are filthy, that you are dirty, that you are born out of sin, and that your nature is to be destructive. It is bullying. Why? Because every other instance that we have that we learn from religion and spirituality is that we are birthed from a positionality of love. So we ask ourselves, which is it? If we are birthed from the spiritual DNA of love, how is it that something is wrong with us? And we are evil and something is wrong. The bullying takes place because people are able through bullying to break down your self-esteem. And once your self-esteem is broken down, they can extract goodness from you. And that goodness for them may be financial. That goodness may be a positionality in a capital way, in a workforce way. You may become a stair step on their spiral, a stairway to success in their own way, whatever it may be. But that's what bullying does. And so we learn in our DNA, because we are now affected in our mental DNA, that the way I move through is by finding a way to bully other people. I'm going to do whatever I can do. Dream girl, step into the bad side. Woo, 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 step into the bad side. We're going to do whatever it takes. We're going to get rich or die trying. Y'all heard that? Well, I never sleep because sleep is the cousin of death. Well, let me tell you, that sounds cute. But when you came off of a 3-day conference like I did, where people talk about how the lack of rest contributes to mild cognitive impairment, dementia, and Alzheimer's, and plaque amyloid buildup in your brains, then you look back and you say, some 22 or 23-year-old telling me I never sleep because sleep is the cousin of death. Wait till they get to be 30 and 40 and they lose their minds. And they lose their conscience because we've gotten ourselves on this. I'm going to hustle and grind and burn myself out. No. That's not something that we want to hand down through our spiritual DNA to the next generation. It is bullying ourselves. When you think about the traumatic experiences that you've had, ask yourself, am I moving against that grain now? Am I now changing the way that I'm moving through the world? Or am I taking on the attributes of those who bullied me? Am I now willing to try to bully the universe? And what is the universe? What is bullying the universe? I'm going to start with some of these principles. Bullying the universe is expecting that the universe is going to align with your dreams when you haven't aligned with them yourself. The universe is saying in a loving way, and I'm trying to form it in a loving way, because when it comes through my spiritual consciousness and my DNA conscious and my leadership conscious, all I want to say it is in a rough way. But I'm going to say it in a gentle way, and I'm going to take a breath. And let my personal Rev Jeff say, how dare you try to bully me? Is that what you want? Can you imagine the spirit of the universe, of God, of who you focus on? Can you imagine Jesus responding to you bullying? Jesus didn't like bullies. Jesus came in and disrupted bullies. Jesus, when he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, no one come to the Father except by me, he's saying, I'm willing to be an example of love. The Buddha, in his enlightenment, sitting under the Bodhi tree, recognized the power of suffering and how you had to move through releasing that. Why would you impose suffering on other people? Why would you impose a funky attitude on other people? Why would you impose negativity on other people and then have the nerve to say to the universe, to God, bless me, oh Lord, bless me indeed, enlarge my territory, oh Lord, bless me indeed. Here's 10 cents. Bless me. Bless me. I just got $1,000. Here's $1. Lord, bless. That's no conflicting symbols. You get back what you are. If you're trying to do that, you're in essence trying to bully the universe. You're saying, give me something for nothing. Give me a return on spiritual investment for nothing. You do not want to pass that on to the next generation. Young people who are watching, you do not want to evolve in your spiritual life in a way that would make you pass on something that is dysfunctional. And yeah, all of the people who bullied you in church, all the people who brought you before the church and made you apologize for giving life into the world instead of moving the life out of the world and pretending as if it wasn't getting done. And then many of the people in those environments are doing some of the same thing, but keeping it hidden and having the nerve to judge you. And you learn that that is the way to do things. So you incorporate the same practice. No, I'm breaking the cycle. Type that in the chat. I'm breaking the cycle. I'm breaking the cycle. I'm breaking the cycle. Because to break the cycle, you have to break the bullying. And to break the bullying, you have to be intentional. Second point I'm making is that intentional joyfulness is a gift that keeps on giving. And I left the last part on. Intentional joyfulness is a gift that keeps on giving. Oh my God. As is bitterness, regret, self-doubt, and unforgiveness. And every other thing that you would consider to be, quote unquote, negative. You see, you get to enjoy right now. When we talk about this concept, I'm so glad to hear the reference to the Lensleys, because the download came months ago about being a joyful participant in life. You get to choose that. When you are joyfully participating, that is intentional. Intentional joyfulness is a gift that keeps on giving. That means that I am rewiring my genetic blueprint. Spiritually, I am now saying that I can move through the world with joyfulness because other people are watching me. And let me say this briefly, and then we can move on to a close on this. You see, everything that we consider positive is a gift that keeps on giving. But since the universe knows no preference, so is everything that we consider negative. It is a gift that keeps on giving. Do you want to give the people after you, the people who are with you, the people who are journeying life with you in this space, your friends, your family? Do you want to gift them with some joyful participation and intentional joyfulness? Or do you want to pass on a ritual that is a self-defeating cycle of negativity? What do you want to do? What do you want to give them? You're giving them something. You don't have a choice here on giving somebody something that is reprogramming their DNA. You don't have a choice. The choice is, which side will you be on? Which staircase will you travel on? Which part of the rewiring are you willing to be a part of? Are you going to be the person that brings light, or are you going to be the person that brings something else? I understand. And when we invoke the African proverb of going through the world and we talk about our mentality and how we work, the African proverb says that the only tool that you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. If the only tool that you have is a hammer, everything that is a nail. That means that the only way you can fix things is to find something to beat on. We never reach a point where we make an adjustment ourselves, because the only thing that we move through the world with is this hypertense energy of defense. Can't nobody say nothing to us. How you doing? Well, I got a right to sit in my feelings. I got a right to see my truth. I got a right. I understand that. From a therapeutic space, it's necessary. But what if that becomes the narrative that you wear all the time? You think people ain't tired of that? You wonder why the world and the universe is not responding to you, because you have embraced the negative as a shield of honor, as a badge of honor, and that anytime somebody opens their mouth to greet you joyfully, the first thing you do is try to turn a positive into a negative. Or as Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith might say, the people you encounter who always have a problem for a solution. You ever been that person? I love when Beck would say that. Some people you meet, they can always find a problem for a solution, because they always have a negative outlook on the world. Listen, this creates a situation that is hypertense for everybody. Shout out to Dr. Christopher Howard, a wonderful scientist and psychologist and psychiatrist who presented yesterday at Altar. He talked us through this concept of the defense mechanism. And you know, the defense mechanism in our brains is a powerful thing. And it's powerful because it preserves us. And one example that I will give is, if you were traveling as a hunter in a hunter-gathering civilization, and you're walking along, and you're just picking some mangoes off the tree, and you know you've got some wonderful flowers that you're exploring, and you part open the brush, and you see before you a lion ready to pounce. Something happens in your brain. Something happens that is necessary. It coagulates the blood and makes you hypertense. You know, a lot of us are dealing with hypertension, high blood pressure, and issues that are cardiovascular. We've got to manage our stress. But stress is necessary in a situation when you encounter the lion, because through the coagulation of the blood, it releases adrenaline into the system, and it triggers our fight or flight reflex. So there's a dance between the hippocampus and the amygdala in the brain that allows us to say, right now, ain't no woo-saw. What you gonna do, bruh? What you gonna do, sis? Are you gonna fight this thing? Or are you gonna take off running for self-preservation? And that is important, because you feel superhuman strength. Your heart rate is going. You can run faster than you've ever run in your life. And if somebody or something is threatening you, you can fight it with the beauty of Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee. You can just take it out right then. And then what happens is this easing of the dance after you are clear from safety. There's this easing of the dance between the hippocampus and the amygdala that says everything's all right. Let's woo-saw. Oh, take a deep breath in with me. You may have experienced some anxiety from that run of spirit. I can't help it. It's just I talk fast sometimes trying to get it all out. Exhale. That's what happens. But do you know what has changed now in human beings? This hypertension that is meant to be temporary as a response to danger, because it is hyperstimulated through scrolling, through algorithms that make us nervous, through people sending us text notifications that the bank balance is low, through people sending us a bill saying, here's what you owe, through conflicts over family who are fighting over this financial thing that we say in generational wealth and all of that. People, all of this anxiety keeps us locked in a constant state of hypertension. And because of this, we are dying faster. We are dealing with higher rates of hypertension. We are dealing with higher rates of high blood pressure. We are dealing with higher incidence of cardiovascular disease. I'm just talking real talk right now, because we don't realize that every time we try to feed ourselves with something negative, anytime we pour something negative into our consciousness, anytime we do that, we find ourselves out of breath, because we are trapped in a continual fight or flight response. And the only way that we can fix it, somebody say, that don't fix it after I give you this. The only way that we think we can fix it is by smoking on some nicotine, smoking on something else, drinking on something else, eating on something else. Why? Because that temporary dopamine release eases the defense mechanism, but then our dopamine levels are shot so high that we continue to operate in the space of high highs and lows lows. Somebody's trying to figure that out right now. Somebody just said, Rev Jeff, I just felt what you said. Somebody in there said, it's too much. I'm tired of the dance. Because once your dopamine levels have been reset that way, you are now seeking external stimuli to bring you back to a space of peace. But how many of you know that's not a permanent situation? That's not a permanent solution. What you're actually doing is rewiring your genetic blueprint so that now you pass on more anxiety to your young people and people around you. Now you pass on a pattern that if something goes wrong, let me find something external to ease the pain. And then you watch them self-destruct, then you inherit the guilt of having passed it on, and you're making yourself even more sick. Break the cycle. Somebody say, I'm breaking the cycle in that chat. I am breaking the cycle. I am breaking the cycle. How do we break the cycle? Well, I'm giving it to you, and then we're going on. Third point I'm giving you to write down. Stairs flow in both directions. Stairs flow both ways. That spiral staircase, that DNA, y'all see that point coming together? Ascending and descending. You can walk up those stairs, you can walk down those stairs. You get to select which direction you are headed. Deep breath there. Exhale. I want you to select in this moment. Are you going to embrace self-awareness or self-destruction? Are you going to choose to change? I'm not even going to let you answer that for yourself. I'm going to answer it for you. You're choosing to change today. Choose to change. Somebody in the chat say, I choose to change. Give me that chat thread. Let me see, because they know who I am, Tony. Just click on that the chat box. I'm just going to look to my right, and I'm going to see if everybody got that. That's good. No, don't do that. We don't have to do the overlay. We're good. I can just go to that so I can see. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody say, choose to change. Choose to change. Choose to change. Choose to change. Inhale and exhale. Somebody type, I'm changing my blueprint. I'm changing my blueprint. This is the moment where you get to change your blueprint. You can change the direction that you're traveling. You can take the stairway to heaven, to higher consciousness, or you can take the stairway to the hell of your own creation, because you'll be creating it. If you don't choose to embrace the higher vibration, if you don't choose to practice bringing joyfulness and joyfulness into participation, then you're choosing the opposite. It comes down to a dichotomy here. There's a space of neutrality where you're figuring it out, but eventually you're going to choose. I'm going to light up the room when I come in. I'm going to make somebody's life better. Or I'm going to come in on a wave of destruction and make everybody feel my pain. Don't you? You don't like when people do that, do you? You don't like, y'all don't like Eeyore, Winnie the Pooh. How you doing, Eeyore? Good gosh. Happy birthday. Well, you know, I hate tonight. Remember another year and I'm in pain. Okay. God bless you. Well, it doesn't feel like I'm blessed. All right. I see you shining. I don't know about all that. It's good to see you. Well, you know, I'm getting How you doing, Rev Jeff? Oh, I'm 50-50. You know how it goes on there. Good to see you. Oh, yeah, you know, I'm 50. How you feeling? I'm sentimental, I guess so. And I'm well, is things working out? I know you got that new position. Well, it's a new position, but it's a lot more responsibility, and I just can't figure out where everything is coming from. And I got this person that you ever had that? You ask one simple question, you really want to hear if everybody's okay, and then people take that portal to make a trauma dump on you. You're not going to be that person. Say, I choose to change. I choose to change. So I want you to celebrate as I close and I sit down this ability to choose to change. I want you to choose. And I want you to tell me what you're choosing right now in the chat. Tell me what you're choosing. I'll tell you what I'm choosing. And if you feel something that's in alignment, you can choose it yourself. But choose one word and just fill in the blank for me. Say, I choose, and fill it in. We're going to start this as we end this. We're going to start this as we end this. We're going to walk up the stairway to heaven. We're going to leave some generational wealth in the rituals that our children have. We're going to leave some generational wealth in the way they see us interact with each other. We're going to leave some generational wealth, young adults, in the way that we move through the world so that people who are peers of ours, people who are friends of ours can see that there is another way to move through life, and it's a joyful way because we know that the universe is working in our favor. So what will you choose? I choose joy. I choose love. I choose strength. I choose power. I ain't a victim. I choose gratitude. What y'all got? I choose an open heart. I choose a renewed spirit. I choose a focused mind. I choose gratitude. I feel y'all. What y'all choosing? Come on. I choose. Tell me what you choose. Tell me what you choose. Just say, I choose. I choose confidence. I choose a loving relationship with myself and others. I choose to attract what I am. Watch out there. Because you will attract what you are, not what you want. Come on, you will choose it. So if you say that one, you better make sure your vibration is right, because then you can't be angry, because the universe is not going to be bullied. The universe is going to deliver exactly what you are. I choose joyfulness. I choose love. I choose peace of mind. I choose to walk through the world as if every single blade of grass is singing my name. I choose to walk through the world knowing that every single ray of sunshine is dancing on me and lighting me up. Why? Because I am a representative of the universe expressing itself through me. And I ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. All I got is joyfulness. So even when it's late in the midnight hour and you're tired, even if you feel as if the plate is full, you can celebrate that spirit is always working through you. And you can find a way to pause and to pivot and to turn into a space of saying that I'm ready to transform the blueprint of my life, because I want to pass forward the things that will empower the next generation and not handicap them. What are you choosing today? I choose life. I choose appreciation. I choose to love the experiences that are coming my way because they are preparing me for the goodness. This is my spiritual DNA. The things that you say you're choosing, that's your spiritual DNA. Say, that's my spiritual DNA. That's my spiritual DNA. And it's the genetic blueprint that will affect the next generation. I'm climbing the stairs today, onward and upward. I'm climbing the stairs today. It's in my relationship. I'm climbing the stairs today. I am moving up on this DNA strand. I am moving up on this double helix. I am rising to the highest space of my consciousness because I recognize that spiritual wickedness is in high places, that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, against principalities and powers instead. And spiritual wickedness in high places, and the highest places, as I teach on the body, is the crown of your head. It's what's going on in your brain. So when you get rid of the spiritual wickedness, which is the negative thinking and behavior in your own mind, oh my gosh, you defeat the principalities and powers. Somebody say, I'm a winner. I'm a winner. I'm a winner. And you are a winner. You're a winner. Winner. Tofurkey dinner. You're a winner, all of us. So it is spoken, so it is received, so it is felt down to the bones in your toenails, and so it is. Amen and ashe. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale and let it go as we release. We're going to close our eyes, place our hands over our hearts. And as we do so, we're just going to speak these things in affirmation. We're going to speak these things in affirmation. We're going to give this treatment in real time. I'm going to ask you to place your hands over your heart wherever you are. You can come back to the chat in a minute because I want you to really focus this energy on your breath. I want you to focus this energy on your light. I want you to focus this energy on renewal of your mind. Divine source, divine spirit. We give thanks in the understanding that nothing is impossible. That nothing is impossible. As we hear this get louder and louder in our spirit. Yes. We recognize that nothing is impossible. We recognize that we are rewiring our DNA right now. And just like epigenetically, we can rewire our DNA to lean into trauma or to move away from it, to pass it down through our genes to the next generation. In this moment, we are rewiring our spiritual DNA. We are overcomers. We are victors. We are powerful people. We are powerful because we are connected to and protected by you. Oh, my God. As you come into this space right now, as you enter into the hearts of those who are under the sound of my voice, we recognize in this moment of alignment that you are empowering us to live our best lives. And in this moment, I proclaim that we are no longer tricked by circumstance. We are no longer needing to seek the external to affirm who we are. We are embracing our inner wusa, our inner peace, our inner love, our inner joy, our inner recognition. And we forgive ourselves for forgetting this. Instead, we stay in the right now. No more past, no more future, just the right now. Help us to build within us the confidence and the fortitude to participate joyfully in everything. We are the light in this world. We are the energy in this world. Why? Because we are from you, we are of you, we are by you, and we are with you. And in this divine presence, we accept the joyful task of rewriting our spiritual DNA, of passing on the ultimate wealth, which is to be in alignment with divine source. We climb this stairway to heaven together. We walk this talk. We ascend. We rise. When things come against us, we say, what am I learning from this? As opposed to, why is this happening to me? We get the lesson. And instead of cursing and cussing and being negative and trying to forget and distract, no, we lean in and say, I am here for it because no things can come against me when you are with us. And as we surround ourselves in acknowledgement right now of the presence of our ancestors, as we hear their voices and their stories, we are uplifted and we are enlightened to overcome. We are shining right now. And this light will guide us through this day and this week. May these points be written in our hearts, in our minds and our souls, and during the low times where we always remember that we get the gift of choosing right now. And in this moment, I proclaim that we choose the good. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it out. Rub those hands together. Generate this wonderful light that exists within you. Those of you who are practitioners of Reiki, you understand the symbolism and the energy. Those of you who are practitioners of yoga, those of you who are practitioners of meditation, you understand these energy centers in the body. On the count of 3, I just want you to send it back to the screen and around the room. 1, 2, 3. We are love. We seal these things through the commonality of spirit, through the commonality of the God of your acceptance and understanding that loves each and every one of us all and wants us to love ourselves. We speak it together. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. And so it is. Oh, we've come to the end of another wonderful service, y'all, at Infinity Fellowship. Listen, I'm seeing the choosing going on in the chat. My goodness. If you ain't getting the energy from the chat, you need to go on and visit the chat. You need to share this broadcast with somebody because this energy in this chat is on fire. You see the things people are choosing. I choose gratitude, grace. I am a winner. I choose to think freely about myself. Oh my God, what a choice. I want you all to choose continually this week. Help me out, those of you who are on this broadcast. I want you to do something. I want you to tag someone you know and say, you need to listen to this. I want you to share and reshare this broadcast on all your platforms. I want you to copy the link and paste it and say, there's somebody you know that may need some assistance in rewiring their spiritual DNA and reprogramming their genetic blueprint for the next generation and for themselves so they can enjoy. I want you to share that. And before you leave, when we sing our closing song, I want you to sing it with a renewed vigor. And then I want you to tag somebody, especially somebody you don't know, in the chat and speak something good in their life. That's how we close Infinity Fellowship. That's how we close. Speak something good in somebody's life. And if you're a first-time visitor, we'll put the QR code up. Go ahead and click that. We'd love to see you. We'd love to send you something. We'll do that in the mail. And we'd love to see you here next Sunday at Infinity Fellowship. If all hearts and minds are clear, as we prepare to go into this world that awaits our light, we're going to sing our song to take us out. Lady Kenitha is coming back to help facilitate that. And we're going to remind you that God is always shining through us, that we find ways through the circumstance. So as you are preparing your heart and mind to sing this song, it's a simple song, but we recognize that we are not just a part of our individual DNA strands. We're not just our genetic material, but if we trace us back far enough to Lucy, to Zinjanthropus boys, to all of these skeletons that they find, we got one common ancestor, so we might as well realize it. God's reminded me to look at you and see what? Family. So let's put the words up on the screen and let's sing this song together as we celebrate closing this ritual. Ashe. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin. Then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God's reminding me, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. God's reminding me, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. We speak that the love of God, the wisdom of the ancestors, and the infinite and abundant power of the universe rest, rule, and rock and abide with you, henceforth, now, and forevermore in this moment. And we sing together. Amen, Amen. Hotel, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. Go forth in the world, be great. Embrace that love that's inside of y'all. This is Reverend Jeff Obafemi-Carr, aka Rev Jeff, on behalf of Lady Kenitha, Rev Jeff, the entire tech crew today, the staff of Infinity Fellowship. We thank y'all for joining us. You could have been anywhere. We love you. That's a fact you cannot change. Wait to see you next Sunday on Resurrection Sunday. We got a lot of love and some really good food to eat. So we'll see you at 641. We love you. Fact you cannot change. Peace, blessings, and power.